My rabbit operation is a disaster. The first problem I have is surprise bursts. The doe behind me kindled about a week ago. I had not bred her. She's the first doe that we bought, along with the buck on this side. I didn't put them together, but about, I don't know, just a few days before she kindled, I found the buck in her cage. He had busted through the wire that divided them. And so it's possible that he had pushed through and gone back, and just, you know, it was a surprise to us. But anyway, she has one kit. It's probable that she had more, but because of where this is located within the chicken coop, the kits drop down. And that, I'll get to my second problem or third problem a little bit later, but the kit probably dropped down into the dirt and was eaten by the chickens. So what's kind of crazy is that she gave birth here, and there's some holes in the wire. So the kit that we found wasn't under here. The kit was clear over here, outside the fence. So that's probably what saved it from the chickens, because all the chickens are in here hanging out. So any of the kits that fell straight down and stayed inside the fence were probably eaten by the chickens, which kind of follows the laws of permaculture, but that's not what I'm intending. And so we have one baby kit, or one kit in here. So it is actually kind of a miracle that this kit survived, but doing well. So the second surprise we had is from a new doe that we just got a couple of weeks ago. I have a friend who was having problems with his rabbits, not breeding well, not producing well, probably due to some pretty heavy inbreeding. So I offered to give him one of our extra bucks, and he gave us one of his does. Well, she kindled last night, and so we ended up finding two kits laying on the wire here with her. And I think she's a first-time mother. She has not pulled any hair, but let's see if we can find them in here. So yeah, you can see them down there. It looks like there's one that's going to be black, which I don't have any black rabbits, and one that is probably going to be a lighter color, either white or the light, the beige color that we have. So I don't know. I'm hoping that these kits make it. I'm hoping that maybe today or tonight she'll pull some hair and kind of get them warm. I'm hoping that she will follow instincts and start feeding them, but we'll just have to see how they do. I mean, one possibility, I guess, if it doesn't look like she's caring for them and they're strong enough, I could always move them up with the other doe, even though her rabbit's only going to be about a week, like 7 to 10 days older, her kit. So I might move them together and see how that goes. I'm just gonna have to see by tomorrow whether this doe is gonna take care of her kits or not. At this stage, they die so easy, so hopefully I don't wait too long, but we'll find out. And the other problem that I have is the destructive nature of my bucks. As you can see here, this is a little buck over here. We have this guy behind here is a buck, and then we have a doe. And next door we have another doe. And the bucks have just ripped these apart. They'll go and scratch at them. And so I have a couple things I need to do. One is to fix the wire that divides them. What I did on my last fix is I actually put wire on this side, and then I put another one on this side. So there's double layer in between them, which should help ensure that the bucks don't scratch their way through. The other thing I'm going to do, I think I'm going to relocate the bucks to their own hutch. I have one down here that is larger that I want to reserve for does that are kindling. That way, when I wean them, I'll leave the weaned rabbits there to allow them to grow out before we butcher them. They'll have enough space. And the bucks I'll probably put in this hutch right here, and with no does to break through to. And so just remove that instinct, remove that temptation to try to do whatever they need to do to get to a doe. Now, I think that I mentioned this in an earlier video when I talked about the rabbit hutches. The first rabbit hutch I built just based off some designs that I found online. And I've also mentioned before that I spent 20 years in manufacturing, and most of that time was in quality assurance. And so when I build a rabbit hutch, I build it the way I like it. I build it to last. I build it for function. And the remaining hutches, mostly due to time constraints, but also to be able to give work to some of the local carpenters, I had those built for me. And well, let's just say they don't have the background I have. And so they copied what I did, but at the same time, without understanding rabbits, without understanding what they're gonna try to do to get to each other, they weren't built to the same level of quality that I built mine, and the same level of protecting the rabbits from one another, protecting the does from the bucks. To give an example here, when I install this wire, I bring it all the way down to the lower wire. And I bend nails over, flatten them out, then I put a strip of wood over that and nail that strip of wood down. You can see what they did here. They brought the wire down just, I don't even know how they did it, but just to this edge, and then tacked a nail in, bent it over, tacked a nail and bent it over. So there's very easy for the rabbits. You can see they were chewing away at this, and eventually the buck just pushed his way through. And so the way I'm going to repair that, let me show you on another one that I just repaired. So this one I just repaired, and as you can see, get up here close, carried the wire all the way up to the top, used lots of nails to bend it over, all the way to the edge, used lots of nails bent over. And on this bottom, I actually ran it down, nailed it, bent it over, then I put the bottom in of the hutch in, and again nailed that down, bent the nails over, then I applied that wooden strip to hold everything into place. So it's going to be a lot more secure. And then the other thing you can see here is I have the double layer of wire mesh that I installed. Again, just if they're able to break through one, at least it'll be a deterrent from going through both of them. And you can see some of these are just so destroyed, they're totally unusable. So there you have it. That is the disaster that I call my rabbit operation. I have a lot of work to do. Out of the 12 hutches that I have, 7 of them need some level of repair. I would say probably 5 of those 7 just need almost all the wire mesh replaced. And so that's what I'm going to be working on all day today, and it'll probably run into another day after that. So in preparation, I bought an entire roll of this wire mesh. I have my tools assembled, and I have a lot of work to do. I am going to get to work and give you an update at a later time. Have a great day, a great week. Bye-bye. It's getting a little late here, but I wanted to give you a quick update. I'm finishing my 3rd hutch repair, and hopefully before dark I'll get 2 more repaired, which will leave me only, I guess I do have 3 others to repair inside the chicken coop. So I'm making really good progress. I actually just in time, because there were 2 bucks and 2 does sharing a space where the bucks had broken through, and this little brown one behind me was getting his rear end kicked and actually fell through a hole in the hutch. And so the one he's in now is the one he fell through, and I fixed it, so that's good. He's safe from the other buck, and the other buck I'm actually going to give to our veterinarian. She's asked for a breeding pair, and since he's pretty aggressive, a little too aggressive for my taste, I'd rather not have him around, so I'll let him go where it's just it'll be just he and his wife and be able to enjoy it. And some sad news, the 2 kits that I showed you earlier in the video did not make it through the day. I think it was just the doe. I'm pretty sure she looks pretty small, pretty young, probably her first time kindling, and we just didn't have it set up for her We didn't have the nesting box inside. She didn't pull any fur, and so I think that it was just when we found them, it was too little, too late, and she wasn't prepared herself. So you know, that's some of the things that happen when you're homesteading, when you're raising your own livestock. Thanks again for joining me on the African Homestead. I hope you enjoyed this episode. If you will, please like the video, subscribe if you haven't already subscribed, and share it with your friends to help me get the word out. Thanks a lot and have a great day. Bye-bye.